Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So I hope now you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we start, or we should wait for some times, at least for 4 to 1 minute more? So anybody tried by themselves by creating to create custom modules in Node.js and try to import it in another file? Has anybody try module.export and export how it works? Because most of the front-end developers are acquainted with import, not require. So we can use import as well in latest version of JavaScript and latest version of Node. They support that. So let's start. I think now it is 37. What is others? Okay, we can start. We can't wait. Okay. So today we are going to learn NPM. So it is a very well-known part we are going to discuss today. NPM is a node package manager which manages all the package created by somebody else and upload to repository registry, NPM registry. So nowadays NPM is the largest open source uh, registry, open source ecosystem till date. Right now you can see there are so many WordPress, Laravel. There are so many languages are available, programming languages are available, and their packages means plugin, in terms of plugin and packages are also available. But NPM is the largest repository nowadays till date. Okay. The package management system. What is a package management system? The package management system is a software that automate installing and updating packages. And packages is nothing but a bunch of code or modules, you can say. A separate file. You can install it easily through package management system, through NPM. Okay. Deals with what version we have and need to manage dependency. So there are two main things I mentioned over here. So package management system helps you to install and update the packages whenever you want in your application, right? Another thing is you can maintain and manage the versions and dependencies. Means in each module it may contain multiple dependency inside it. Whenever you install any module, you can see there are that specific module has also his own package.json, which is again dependent on other modules dependency. Just like your project, this is also in another project, right? So we can also manage everything from there. So why I'm explaining those things, you guys are already dealing with these things, but you are not able to answer at the time of interview. That is a pain area for us. So you should understand from the core of everything, and you can explain everything, anything if somebody asks in the interview. That is what my main objective, rather than you also definitely learn out of it, and practically definitely I know you can perform very well. Now at topics, as a word semantic versioning comes over here. What is semantic versioning? Semantic versioning means it is as I mentioned over here, managing dependency and versioning. I mentioned somewhere here at the top, like what version we are going to use, and also so what is Semantic versioning. Semantic versioning means you can see always three numbers like this. So first number stand for the major updates of that package or the module. Second one is the minor updates. Third one is the patches, means bug fixes. So patch means the bug were fixes. Your code will work fine. So any fixes, whenever any fixes done in patches, so it will not affect your application because it was a bug fixes. Because if there is a bug, and definitely you also face the same bugs and you never use that, right? So if any bug fix by this repository, it will not affect your current applications. But whenever the minor updates, minor features are update, means any new feature added is a minor updates. Okay, so in minor updates, what happens? The new features are added, right? New features are added, but in that case also your application will not if affected, because if new feature is added, then you are definitely, it was not before and you never use it in your application, right? You did not use it, of course it was not there, then how could you use it? So it is new feature, so if somebody add the new feature, it will not hamper your current project. But in major update, whenever you are updating, whenever the package is updating to major update, means the first number, it was the current update, so page update means 1.7.3, right? And minor update means it is 8.0, of course, right? And if it is 2.0.0, then it is the first digit, first number is updated, right? So major update, what happened in major update, the big changes existing here, there is new feature and existing feature may be change aata hai. In existing feature also there is changes which definitely or maybe break your code, right? So whenever you write your packages inside package.json, you should aware that what till what update you should allow in your code, right? So where we write that it will be automatically update, how you write in the package.json, we'll see later on. So if you want to know more about this versioning, semantic versioning, you can see from here, you can see how we can include greater than some specific version, less than some specific version, all the in details you can find it from here. Semver, semver.org. You can see how you can, it is greater than equal to, greater than or greater than some version and less than some version. You can restrict like this as well, right? So you can see how they are maintaining semantic versioning, and there are some FAQ as well. You can see from here in details if you want to learn more about it. Correct? You can see more over here. So now we will know how package JSON work, how package JSON play a vital role in your applications. So especially package.json is used to contains how to start your project, which file is going to be initiate your project, start your project, what are the dependency you require in your project, what are the dependency of all packages you are going to use, and what are the development dependency, everything you can maintain through package.json. So let's see how can create package.json. So let's see if, let's come here. Let me create one example. Hmm, okay, let's create a file. Let's see what happens. Guys, till now, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक हो गया, CAKAG, चलो कोई बात नहीं. Okay, so let's start creating a package.json. So to start package.json, you can write what npm init. When you write here pack npm init, then it will ask you what will be the package name. For example, test. And what is the version 1.1? Description you can do what the index.js. For example, I want app.js, for example, right? Then test command you can write git repository if you have. Then keywords you can author ck licenses, yes. So it is created now. You can see a package.json has been created. You can see the name, version, description, and from where your application will start. And you can see one important uh, attribute over here, key, the script. Script, you can assign whatever the command, terminal command, shell script command you are going to run from here, it will start from here. For example, you want to write npm, sorry, you want to write npm test. You can see it will throw an error and show this thing, echo error, no test specified, and exit one, which is mentioned over here. So whatever script or file you want to run over here on this command npm test, you can mention over here, and it is very well known to you guys. So script, what is the importance of script, you understand it. Okay, so let's move further. So now, for example, you want to install, for example, some packages which is in npm registry. So we understand how to create a custom package, how to use the default or built-in modules which is already inside the node library. But right now we are going to install all packages which are developed by somebody else, but it is in npm repository, npm package registry. So here you can write like this, npm, let me explain. For example, I'm going to install the package moment package, which is used for date, specific date operations and date format, all that stuff. And what is the meaning of this dash save? So whenever you write the dash save, then it will automatically create a dependency over here, and it will add that package or modules to dependency section. npm install npm I moment dash save. So you can see a dependency section will be added over here, dependencies. And look at this caret sign. What is the meaning of caret sign? Caret sign means it can allow the update of minor version and patches, but it will not allow the major version to update. But whenever update comes, whenever somebody install it in the next time, and package.json is used whenever you are transferring project to anybody else, you are not transferring this node underscore module. Look at here, it is automatically created whenever you install any module, right? I'll explain. So we are not transferring this because it is a heavy file always. If your original code is of kb, then it is in mb size, so we are not going to use it. So whenever it required, we can just install npm install. We can just run the command npm install. It will install all the dependency and dev dependency simultaneously in your application. So that is what the main important. And at that time, for example, it is now 2.29.1, but whenever after 2 months, if somebody want to install it and the updation has been done, and 3.3.0 as 30.0, the update has been done, one minor version has been updated, so it is automatically take the updated version. That is what the meaning of the caret sign. So if you don't want to update the minor version, if you just want to allow only the patch to be updated, then you can use tilde sign. Okay, so the tilde sign means you allow the package to be updated, only the patch version, means bug fixes you can allow them. So if any minor, sorry, the patch is updated, means 2.29.2, right, then you can allow. But if it is updated, it is 30, then it is not accepting that version. Correct? So any package you want to install as well as save into the package.json, then you have to write this save dash dash save dash dash or hyphen hyphen save. Okay. So it is dependency. So you understand what is dependency? So dependency, all the modules is dependency contain all the modules which is required to run your applications. Okay, but there is another attributes or key you can see in the package.json, which dev dependency, which is used for development environment only in your local PC. It doesn't, or whenever you develop the application, at that time it was required, but rather than that, whenever you deploy into the staging or production, it is not required. That's why we created dev dependency. We are not going to include them in dependency section. Remember, if anything is not required for the to run your applications, then we are not going to use them. For example, Jasmine node. What is the Jasmine is required for? It is required to run your test, right? So there are so many things also you can which is not required in the development in to run the application in the production, but in development environment it is required. So whenever you install it, then you have to write the same npm install or npm I, or then the package name, then you can write dash dash save dash dash save dev. Okay, dash dash save dev means, let's see what happens. It will create another key like dependency, it will dev dependency. Okay, it's already there. Now you can see dev dependency. Did you see it? Just we know admin install, but it is dev dependency. Now it is not required for, if it is not required to run your application, you can put that in. You can manually also put like another, if you want to add another library, you can put in this JSON format whatever you want. Okay, and you can run npm install, it will automatically install. Correct? So if you want to add any module for development dependency, it is not required to run your application in production or staging, then you can add them in dev dependency. Remember, don't add them in dependency section. And also some module which is required for all node project. Whenever you run any node projects, it is required. For example, I am giving one example is node1. Node1 is required whenever you run any project from any folder or any files, so it should be installed globally, right? So to install globally, you have to write it like npm install g, and I have already installed. You can install and you can check it. So whenever you install it, do you know where is your global file store in your application? It will also store in node module, node underscore module somewhere else, but it is specially in Mac. It is inside user, local, library, and node underscore module. I can show you in my Finder. Remember where it is stored. Sometimes you don't understand where it is stored. You can see Macintosh, US user, USR, live. Then you can find local, then live. Then you can file all module over here. Did you see all node module? You can see all Angular module, Bower, Cordova, Gulf. Node1 also will be here somewhere else. Node1, Node TS. Okay. So all global modules you install over here, all CLI or most of the CLI you install for any packages will store over here. It is inside local, leave, means USR, local, leave, and node module. You can find over there. But normal installation, it will store inside your current root directory, project root directory. You can see from here, right? Node underscore module has been created inside package. It is my root directory, and it is automatically created node underscore modules, and all the packages you can see inside it has been created. Did you see? and you can see all the dependency to this particular what is our, for example, it is moment. So moment also has its own package.json, you can see over here, right? Package.json. So every package has its own package manager, package.json, right? Okay. So is it clear now? Till now it is clear. Any questions?
Sir, I have one doubt.
Okay.
If you can navigate to the packet.json.
Just a minute. Let me open the message in chat one. It is not visible to me. Okay. Where I need to switch this one?
Packet.json. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have installed an package which is Jasmine node. So
Yeah.
it has automatically taken the caret sign before the version. So how does that define, like it has to take the caret or it has to take the tilde
By
sign?
default it takes this when you run from here, because till date whatever I run add from command line terminal using save dev or save, it is automatically taking this one. You can remove
So
it.
it will be automatically defined by
Yes,
the
yes,
CLI.
yes. So if you know more about it, you can see from here npm CLI install. You can see more in details. Which version, what are, how can you all the installation related things from npm you can see from here, this link. I'll share the document today, but I don't know how, where I want to share it, how can I share it. So if it is possible, then I will create one group in Mattermost and I will put up the thing over there. So you want to
Okay.
see more on it, how you can put @ sign with install with this. You also see in this way in some project. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many things, so many way. You can also see like greater than 1.0.0.1.0 and less than 0.2. We can install like this as well, right?
Yes.
So there are different way you can go more about it over here. You can see you want to learn more, you can definitely check from here. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's see node underscore module traversal. Means how whenever you install, then I mention over here, whenever the npm packages you install, then you have to access through only module name, right? It is same as the default built-in module. When you are importing or requiring any built-in module, or when you are requiring any package.json any npm modules, so this the syntax is same. So how node identify whether it is on which where it is reside, where its definition is resides, correct? So this is the way. So by default node try to search inside the core module, inside built-in module. It behind the scene it happens like this. First it will search inside the built-in module, inside the core library, node core library, and if it is not there, then it will try to find a node underscore module folder immediately in the root folder. If it is not in the root folder, then it try to find it in the parent folder, then again parent. So that is what we did in our staging server. We are not going to create node underscore module again and again for each project. We have created one shell script which allow us to install in parent node module, underscore module. If Node.js team have idea that we have created only node underscore module, one node underscore module in our staging server, and we are installing, when we are installing npm install, so there is a shell script written over there which will automatically by default a node underscore module will create in root folder like this, right? Now you can see it's the root folder, a package is the root folder, and inside it it's by default it's created. But writing the shell script, there is some shell script we have written by which I can create node underscore module in the parent. Okay, so we don't have to create again and again the same file again and again. We don't have to create it. If it is there, then you can access it from there. And accessing techniques I have just mentioned over here. If node underscore module in the immediate root folder, then it will find the node underscore module in the in its parents, and again its parents, against parents. Okay, so it will find, and if finally it don't find, then it will show it is not, the function is not defined or not found, whatever the error will be. Clear? So node underscore module might be, you can find multiple time in your project. In some cases, right now the node underscore module is not here multiple time, but initially whenever you install any package, node underscore module was created inside it, just like package.json. Right now it is not happening because of some shell script definitely over there. If I can show you, if it is there, I can show you. It is not here. The sh file you can find in most of the cases. If I can see moment, then it is not here, but in most cases I see there is a shell script file which allowed to install it in the project root directory, means not inside it, it is outside this project, because you can see it is another package.json, you can find it over here. So when it installed, then node underscore module supposed to be created inside moment, right? If I am not wrong. But here by default what happened, it is created in the parent inside this module. Okay, so you can create by yourself also. If you want to create it in your parent directory, you can also do it by using some shell script. You can find it in the internet. Is it clear? NPM, is there any doubt? You can see more on it. NPM JS CLI install. One thing I want to forget to explain you. So as I explain right now, the dev dependency should not be okay. So the dev dependency should not be installed in production or where in staging server, right? As I mentioned, but till date, what do we do usually? We run npm install, which install all dev dependency as well as dependency. So it should not happen in our server, because unnecessarily these packages are installed if you write npm install, right? So instead of doing that, you should write something like npm install only dash dash only equal to prod or only equal to production. If you write in this way, the dev dependency are not going to be installed in your staging server or production server. Is it clear? So till now you are running this command at the time of deployment or at the time of installation in staging server or in production server till that, guys? Shubh, Bhuneshwar, Niriksha, Yogesh. Have you ever done the installation in this way? Never, right? We just write npm
No,
install,
sir. Yes.
which is we are doing the mistakes. So it is my mistake that I never inform you. So whenever you install npm install dash dash only equal to prod, then it will not all the dev dependency are excluded at the time, because it is not, the dev dependency are not required when you are running a replication in server. Okay.
Okay.
Then events. So events is very easy, but it is mostly used module in Node specially, right? So events are something that happened in our application that we can respond to. Means if something happened, we have to respond against that event, right? So there are so many events like browser event and server event and custom event, right? So browser event, you everybody know about it. Browser event like on mouse over, on click, on blur, on chains, on mouse out. These are browser events, and these events are written inside V8 engine to deal with. And there is some concept like event bubbling, event capturing, and event bubbling is from bottom to top, and event capturing is from top to bottom, right? Then when you create an event, then how parents elements in HTML, you can get the access, you can apply the event listener, the on event, right? You know that. But in Node also there are two type of event, like system event, which is already written inside leave UV library for some modules like file operation and HTTP modules and all other modules, which is written inside C++ library for Node, right? And there are custom events. So you will deal about custom event. System event means whenever file reading operation has been done, automatically it triggers and take the data and come to the thread pool again and send it to event loop. And callback will catch the data from there and send it to the client. Correct? So how it will understand or know that the event, this file reading operation has been completed? This is because of our system event, which is written inside this event, inside this leave UV library, right? It is also it is managing everything, all system event. But the custom event, which is written by us, you can create your own event, or you can use the custom event emitter events module, which is already there, built-in module already there given by Node. You can using that and move with creating your own event. Okay. So events, like you can see event emitter, you can include this module using required, because it is either NPM module or built-in module. So it is a built-in module, core library, core Node module. So I just and it is a class. Inside this module, we have written a class. As I mentioned in custom module, that we can define a method inside the module. When you are exporting method, we have to deal with in different way. You can also mention a variable or constructor function or class. Okay, so it is a class. Event is a class. So whenever you import it, you have to use in this way. You have to create an instance of that object or of that class. Instance of that object of that class means it is an object. EMTR is an object, and you can access all the method like on and emit, which is written inside that class, events class. Is it clear? So events contains a class. It is a class. A module export a class. So you have to instantiate it to use to access all the method mentioned inside it. Okay. So whenever you this is on, this is event listener. So there are two things in any custom event. There are two things. One is event listener and one is event emitter. So always you can see event emitter is always at the bottom, because emit is always just like broadcast. Broadcast is always uh, we did in the from the top to bottom, but emit is always doing from the bottom to top. Whenever you emit any data from the bottom, then all the code inside your application can access it above it. So always, if I write it, let's see this example. Event.js, look at it. So what I did here, I just import it, then I create an instance of that emitter of event. Then I am using emitter.on. On is used to listen the event, but how but where it is, if it is not emitted, if I comment it, node events.js. So you can see hello, right? But this data is not accessible over here. If I said save this. We can do it node 1. Now you can see hello, data 1 and data 2 both. You can see data 1, data 2, because I emit first, then I can listen them with this. This is called magic string, the event name. It is a custom event I created, which is greet. So if I take it out of it and put it just above it, or here somewhere else, then what happened? Look at it. This second data was not found, because if I emit from here, it will be accessible always at the top of it, not below. The code written below it is not accessible. Did you see it? The data 2 is not accessible. If I cut this code from here and put it just above it, then you cannot. No, only hello is printed over here, nothing else, because these are not accessible. This event listener are not access this emitted value, right? So it is clear now how every event is used. You can emit any data. You can emit any data from this through this event, and it can be accessible on using on listener. Is it clear? Okay, so that's it for today. We can see a more example on it. So how we can create emit from one file and you can access it in another file. We can see that how we can use our custom class. We can create our custom class inheriting the custom event, the built-in event, right? We can see it tomorrow. So till here, do you have any doubts? Guys, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
so
sir.
it is well defined and well explained. So it is now we completed these two, and event emitter. Then from tomorrow, we can start file, buffer, stream, and pipe, the interesting chapter. Then HTTP, then core module will be